Hello, Dumelang, and welcome to the Listen and Be Heard podcast. You know me, I am your host with the most. We got the knowledge, we got the exciting guests, and we got super talented people always on the show. Remember, today we have an exciting and most knowledgeable person. We don't just have a talented person today, right? So we're changing it up a little bit. That's why we're all formal and stuff. So yes, we're going to be talking to Peter Serite, but before we go to Peter, you know I'm never alone. I'm with my co-host and producer, the only Tlo.
Yeah, what's up everybody, what's up? You good guys? I know you're good, I know you're good.
Yeah.
So that you know me, man, I won't let you just slide by, just pass by in GA. You have to do the things, man. Comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends to tell your friends to tell the other friends to tell the other friends about this show. You know, tell everyone.
Tell everybody. So yes, like I said, today we're talking money, and we have Peter Serite to talk to us about money today.
Hey, how's it, man?
Great, fantastic, man. How are you?
Can't complain. Eh?
Sure. So yes, let's talk first about who Peter is. Tell us about yourself a little bit.
Already.
And your love for money.
Okay. So Peter is someone that grew up in Seshego, Limpopo.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Shout out to Seshego.
Yeah. And just growing up in the township, you got to see all extents, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Uh-huh.
And I guess for me, I just chose stuff that resembled what I liked, and it happened to be money. And I guess getting it legally so.
Sure.
Yeah, so that developed from a young age, from, playing in music bands, selling sweets, selling clothes, a whole lot of stuff to being where I am now today, you know.
All right. So selling sweets. So you were selling sweets to make money because you just wanted the money.
Yeah. It's not even that deep. It's not that I had to go do something. I just wanted to have money.
Sure.
Period. Like, work on me. I know someone's gonna pay me. Someone owes me. Just to be able to have my business.
That's basically what being an accountant is. Knowing that you can collect money from there, working with that money from that one.
Move this one there.
I guess if you wanted to put it broadly, yes.
Sure. so that's how you went from selling sweets to being an accountant.
Not entirely. Shockingly, I wanted to be a musician somewhere. Along the way, I was playing instruments. I felt that was the ish. And my mom, black parents, how they are. So my mom was like, "There ain't no way you ain't gonna do accounting and stuff." But it was only in my second year. Now, this is after 2 or 3 subs, where now my marks were almost my age.
Sure.
So I started getting really worried. Like, okay, firstly, there are people that are paying me to study here through a bursary, so I'm going to owe them,
Of course.
And I'm going to have to go back home.
Ish.
Fam.
And you can't go back home with that disappointment.
Yeah, and even that freedom, because now I had left Limpopo all the way to now UJ, because I studied in UJ.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's the fact that I'm going to leave all of this nice stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. It's okay. So that's when then the love for accounting started. And I guess also giving myself time and actually finding quite a lot of other accountants that you can learn from, particularly chartered accountants, engaging with them and seeing that, okay, cool, you get accountants. And then those are the guys that were driving fancy cars, staying in posh places. You're like, okay, I like. And then with that, it kind of unraveled from there.
So basically, it went from selling sweets just to have money to saying, okay, this is just what I'm going to do because I have to do it. And then to, I want to be an accountant. Okay, let's do this. Let's focus. And then from there, you're like, okay, being an accountant is not enough. I want that one.
Yeah, because the more you get into something, the broader it becomes. You start meeting people. You start realizing that flip. Okay, I thought I was the ish at this, but there's a whole new world once you're in.
Of course. And let's then tell us a little more about being a chartered accountant. What is it? What does it mean?
Okay, simply put, I always say it's the superheroes of commerce. Right?
Sure.
So now you get. I want to try to use a very simple example, right? You get someone, you can be a good soccer player, right? You can play soccer, cool, play on the street, go score a couple of goals, right? You can be someone that plays soccer at an first division, NFD. No offense against the league, it's a lovely league, I love it. But it goes with levels. Then you get to PSL. Then if we had to then bring what CAs, it would be La Liga in that situation. Where now you are pretty much at de la cream of the accounting fraternity. I mean, you have to study for 7 years. No other accounting in the world profession you have to study that long.
Sure.
The closest thing is to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So that means for 7 years. Again, it's broken these 4 years of academic, assuming you pass in record time, and there's 3 years of practical, but it's a robust program. So that whole process trains you in resilience, in understanding business. Like right now, I can tell you I work with over 100 SMMEs and over pretty much 50 listed corporates. But you're still being able to come down to an SMME in the township, and then the following day I'm at a meeting at a JSE for guys that are just delisting or that are opening a new spread. So you see, it's that dynamicness that you're able to walk into different business environment and be able to adapt. And that only doesn't limit even to borders. Like now we still do work in Africa as well. That now we get into a new place, different laws, different regulations. It's that ability that comes with being a chartered accountant.
This is exciting, man. This is broad stuff. So you're talking about the program and being so robust, and you completed it in record time.
Yeah, that is a shocking part. And what's even shocking, I didn't even do maths in high school, bruh.
Okay. so how did you then get your head together to
like? Did you like the subjects in high school without math? What did you have?
I had maths light.
Maths literacy.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, but you know what happened? As I told you guys, in high school, this was the last thing on my mind. I just wanted to get through high school, get my mom off my case, have that matric. So even my subject choices weren't even that informed. It was only at a later stage. Fortunately, the people that gave me advice gave me right at the nick of time. So in my first year, I had to be carrying maths on top of my first year subjects. Pure maths. I'm my X and what, boom. Still there. But because I guess one from my love of money, if we're being bluntly honest, there was no way I was going to fail.
Of course.
And because I owed people, and they're wild, guys. I owed people money. Should I fail? That's it for me. You know?
Of course.
So I think for me that was the one thing that kept me awake. Because it's not an easy journey. That is one thing that we need to put it out there. Because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Everyone would be doing it. Absolutely.
It meant you had to sacrifice friends, you had to sacrifice relationships, you had to sacrifice events, there's a whole lot about your life that had to change for that period of 7 years. And it's not only just the academic part, even the working part. Like in my earlier years of working, there'll be times I'd be out of town for weeks on end, you know? And that's what I'm saying, that when people look at it, they're like, well, man, you studied for 4 years, you ain't even driving a flashy car, you ain't even, you know, what was the point? We stayed at home, we got 1 or 2 tenders, we're good.
We're good.
But it's that being in that incubation of training. That again, it's got its upside and bad side like any other profession.
Of course.
And I mean the long hours, that's the one thing that I found challenging, especially in the early years. Because when we started, there was a guy that would tell us, you need to study a minimum of 50 hours a week. 50. That's more hours than people work a week.
That is 2 full days and 2 extra hours.
Yeah, and you still had classes and something like that. 50 hours a week. Yeah, and it's stuff like that. It's shocking when someone tells you now. But when you're in that situation, you realize that the point where you are and where you could be, it's those 50 hours. You got to do what you got to do.
You have to do it.
And then the working hours, now they tell you. I always had this joke that when I started working, saw my CV, I'd add more years, and people would ask, dude, it doesn't make sense. I'd say the overtime. Chief, I feel crafty.
So you're counting the overtime.
Yeah, who's going to count it? You know?
But of course, if you don't count the overtime, nobody's going to count.
But that's just to talk that even when you start out, you still have quite a number of hours.
Sure.
Because I mean, the standard program for these staff cycle will tell you, by the end of your 3 years, you needed to have banked about 3,600 hours. 3,600 hours. It sounds easy over 3 years if you think about it, but the moment you're in the game, that is not.
But that is not so easy.
You know, amongst other stuff. That's not the only stuff. So they still need hours. They need other things as well.
Yeah, but then I think we should take a break before we get deeper into the things. Because I feel like we're going in deep.
We're going in deep. We already want to know how do we get there, man? All right, my man. So yes, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to then dive into the thick of things, get to the understanding what he does as an accountant, get to know what his firm does, and then, continue with the conversation. See you after this. Yeah.